Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Joel here with as many reviews as possible, and today we're doing the first impression video of the Nike Romaleo 3s. Alright guys, so today we're going to do this one a little bit differently. I'm going to give you a little bit of a rundown about the Nike Romaleos 3s, and then I'm going to do a workout on them in about an hour or so. And I'll have some initial impressions about the Nike Romaleos 3s with workout impressions, probably a video as well for you guys later on today. But first, let's start with what we have in my hand right here, the Nike Romaleos 3s, the highly anticipated update to the Nike Romaleos 2s. So right off the bat, you're going to notice that the exterior is a lot different. It's a lot different looking of a shoe. It does resemble a weightlifting shoe, but it does not resemble the Nike Romaleos at all. There's a lot of updated features here. So initially, what I had heard about the Nike Romaleos 3s were that the material felt cheap and it felt like a lower quality shoe. But I could see where they were going with that, but I don't think it's a cheap feeling shoe. It's definitely a lighter shoe. That is the first thing that you're going to notice with the Nike Romaleos 3s. When I weighed these without the insoles, they weighed about 12.2 ounces, which is pretty much the same weight as a Nike Metcon. With the soft insole, they're about a little over 13, and with the hard performance insole, they're at about 15.5, so somewhere around the weight of the Adidas Adi Powers. These are a lightweight shoe, and to make things even better with the Nike Romaleos 3s is that they fit really well. They are not like any other Oli shoe that kind of feels like it's pulling you down to the ground. These feel like they're just like connected to your feet. It's pretty insane to feel how light these feel and how well they fit on your feet. The fit actually feels like a Metcon with an elevated hard heel, incompressible heel. So another thing that I heard about with the Nike Romaleos 3s initially was that they were soft. Like they had compressible soles, but that is completely false. I've put both of the insoles in these shoes. I've tried to compress them and there's nothing to compress. Now, a weird thing, an interesting thing with the Nike Romaleos 3s is that this honeycomb bottom part is hollow. You can actually see through it, and it's hollow right there, and I think they did that to just save on a little bit of weight. The heel is still TPU, so there's no way that you are compressing that heel. So like the Nike Romaleos 2s, you still get two options for inserts. This one with the black bottom is going to be your softer insole, which is not very soft, and then this one with the white bottom is going to be your firm insole. They both come with stickers on them. Both of them are nearly incompressible, though the performance one is just a little bit thicker and a little bit stiffer. It'll fill up the shoe a little bit better than the non-performance one or the soft one. The forefoot is super duper flexible on this shoe. All of this right here, all these grooves aid in flexibility, and they also aid in ventilation. The strap is much shorter, and there's a little bit of clear space that you can put your laces in without ruining them, like in the Legacy lifters, and I love that. Excellent. Now, a lot of people said that the strap looks cheap. I don't think it does. It's kind of like a seat belt. Now, when it comes down to the fit of the Nike Romaleos 3s, these are indeed a little bit more narrow, actually a lot more narrow than the Nike Romaleos 2s. You're going to notice that a lot in the midfoot, not so much in the forefoot. That kind of feels the same, but really in the midfoot is where you're going to notice it. If you had issues with the normal insole and the Nike Romaleos 2s with that shoe being too wide, you're going to probably like the Nike Romaleos 3s. Not that they're a narrow shoe, but they're a lot more narrow than the pretty wide Nike Romaleos 2s. The Romaleos 3s also run a little bit smaller I feel like I could have gone a size up or a half size up. And I think if you are planning to do WODs in these shoes, you're not planning to just do only lifting, you might want to go half a size up, because they are pretty tight if you get them in your normal weightlifting shoe size. I got a 9, and I think I should have gone with a 9.5, especially because I think that I'm going to be using these in a lot of WODs due to how light and flexible they are. So the only thing that I have issues with right now with the Nike Romaleo 3s is just the tongue. It's like the Metcon tongue. It's a little anemic, and while it still lays pretty flat, it's just it's kind of cheap feeling, and I feel like I'm gonna pull it off or I'm gonna stretch it out, and that's kind of weird. Other than that, with my Romaleos, my right shoe is shiny. I don't know if you can tell there. My right shoe is shiny, and my left shoe is matte. It's just crazy. This is weird. So here's the two side by side. I think that's a little weird, but at least it's black, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, so that was just a little breakdown with the Nike Romaleo 3s. I'm going to go hit a workout on them. It's going to actually be a WOD of power cleans, wall balls, and rowing. We're going to see how these perform. No serious Oli lifts until tomorrow, but I'll report back tomorrow on my Instagram. Make sure you guys check that out. As many reviews as possible. Be right back. Let you guys know. Hopefully we get some good footage later. Alright guys, so I just finished my first workout with the Nike Romaleo 3s. And the workout sucked, but the Nike Romaleos did awesome. It was 3 rounds for time of 30 power cleans at 135.95, 30 wall balls, 2014, and a 30 calorie row. And it sucked, but never once did the Nike Romaleos get uncomfortable. They stayed very stable, and they're super duper flexible for a workout where you're doing a bunch of jumping and bounding like this. My feet stayed perfectly okay. There was no soreness. There's no soreness afterwards, especially like I got after I was using the DSX Flyknits. That made my feet just burn like crazy. And so I had you guys ask me some questions before I went into that workout. So I think the number one thing that I got was, what's the sizing like on the Nike Romaleos? And the sizing is slightly smaller, and I'm gonna say that if you are a dedicated weightlifter, if that's all you're going to use these shoes for, if all you're going to do is squat in them or just powerlifting, then I'm going to say you should go with your normal weightlifting shoe size. So that would be 1 size or 1/2 size down from your training shoe size. But if you're going to use these during a WOD, I'm going to say that you're going to want to go half a size up with your normal training shoe size. Give yourself a little bit of room. I got a size 9, and I normally wear a size 9.5 in my training shoes, and I think if I were to do it again, I would get these in a 9.5. The next thing that I got was, where did I get them? I got them from Momentum Running Company, and they had them a little bit early, so they gave me the hookup. So let's see here. Here's another one. Stability compared to the 2.0, the Romaleo 2s. I'm going to say that they're just as stable. I don't have the performance inserts in these, but I didn't really notice a loss of stability as far as the shoe goes. Now the platform is slightly more narrow, so you're going to notice that right away compared to the 2s. You're not going to feel as stuck to the ground as the Romaleo 3s, but every landing is, in my opinion, just as stable as they were in the 2s. So sizing compared to the Lice Tongue and the Legacies, like I said, if you're going to use them for weightlifting, go with your normal weightlifting shoe size. If not, if you're going to use them for CrossFit, then go with a half size up. How's the width and weight? These things are way lighter than the Romaleo 2s. When I weighed them, they were 13 ounces with the softer insole, and they were 15 with the hard insole. That's at least 1.5 ounces lighter than the normal or the Romaleo 2s. Does the thinner tongue and fly wire dramatically improve the fit? The fit is much better. There's no heel slip on these, and I haven't even laced them in all that tight, and there is also another loop up here for lace lock. So I haven't had any issues as far as any heel slip or any kind of fitment issues. So I'm going to say that the fit is improved. I'm not sure it's from those two things, but the fit is definitely improved. Fit. So one thing I missed is I think the improved fit is actually from this amount of cushioning that they have around the Achilles area and in the ankle area. It actually provides very good support for your ankle, and it keeps your heel and your foot locked down in the shoe very well. And a lot of compared to the Legacies. So compared to the Legacies, these are way lighter. I mean, Legacies weigh 20 ounces. So I think if you're doing just weightlifting or just squatting, you know, you'd be okay with the Legacies because they're a little bit more stable. They're wider, they're heavier, and they're flat, or not flatter, but they're wider and heavier. So the Legacies would be a probably better solution for weightlifting if you're good about moving your feet and just squatting. Lice tongues as well. If you wanted the 1-inch heel for lice tongues, some people need that for like mobility issues. In that case, then get the lice tongues. But they do also weigh more. They're 17.7 ounces or something when I weighed them. And I'm not like huge on the 1-inch heel. I like the 3/4 inch heel, which the Nike Romaleos have. It's a 20 millimeter drop that ends up being like a little over 0.75 inches or something. So yeah, that was my first WOD in the Nike Romaleo 3s. If you guys have any questions about the Romaleo 3s, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And as always, guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Keep an eye out for the review coming up shortly. I know everybody wants to see that one, so I'm going to try to get it out in a timely manner, but I'm not going to try to rush it out. Anyways, thanks guys for watching.